Hey gamers, welcome back to Deus Ex Human Revolution. This is part 14. We are going to go to the Seaport, but before we do, we got to figure out how to get there, and we got to meet up with an old acquaintance. So right off the bat, you're going to go to this left side to the limb clinic. There's actually going to be a guard that you can see right there, so just wait for him to come around, and then once he turns around, then you can just kind of sneak behind him, and once you do that, just go on over. Plenty of different options you could take. The one I chose was to jump over here, and then once he turned around again, I just headed down to the subway. I thought this was I don't know, this is what I did the first time it worked for me, so that's what I'll show you. Anyway, after you do that, you get a little message from Hugh Darrow saying he has a side mission for you. Obviously, you're not going to take that. Or if you want to, go ahead. I personally don't. But anyway, just go on through, and then you're actually going to go into the sewers right here. This is going to be the best way to get inside. So just head on down. Now, the key to this area, even though, see right there, always make sure, well, the key to any area is save first. But after that, what you're going to find is that the best way to pass through all these guards is to actually go under the bridges. You're going to pretty much get your knees deep in sewage. Now, I wasn't sure if even at this pace, how fast or how slow you had to move in order for them to hear you. So I decided to take it a little bit slower. When you're under each of the bridges, they can't see you, but when you're out of the bridges, they can if they're within your line of sight. So just be careful with that. But it's not too difficult. Just make sure, like I said, they're not in your line of sight. It can be a little tricky to tell what is their, for me at least, it was a little tricky to tell what was the line of sight, whether or not they were actually in it, because sometimes I thought they were and they weren't, and then sometimes I thought they weren't and they were. So just be careful with that. But make your way through. You're actually going to go take a right, and then you're going to go to the end of this hallway. And I ran out of water. I will be right back. Meanwhile, just enjoy some nice silence. Back! Hold on! Ah! Alright. So hopefully you saw that there's another set of guards that you're just going to walk by. Oh, Jesus. Oh, son of a bitch. And that's going to be your door right there on your right side. When you jump up, just be careful with that because they can spot you. So just go ahead and make your way through. It's nice because it'll load you into the next area, so you don't have to worry about them hearing it or not. After that, all right, what you're going to do is you're going to go through the door and you're going to crouch down and you're going to get behind cover, and then you're going to move from cover to cover. Now, first you're going to wait for this guard to start moving over to that one concrete slab, and then once he turns around, that's when you're going to move through. Now, the guard on the right, you don't have to worry about him. He is actually asleep, so he'll hear you if you get too close to him, but he won't. He's asleep, so he's not going to see you or anything like that. So just make your way through. This next section, you're going to want to stick to the right side. Now, be careful there. The guard on the far left, he can't spot you because he is on patrol. But that guy you see right in front of you, not the one that's sitting in the chair, the one that's not moving, he's asleep as well, so he's not in your line of sight. But this guard, this other guy right here is. So just make sure, wait for this guard to turn around, and once he turns around, then you're just going to kind of make your way from cover to cover again. So just go ahead and do that. I think I pick up the pocket secretary. You don't really need to. So just go ahead and make your way through. Wait for that. Again, you're going to wait for the guard to turn around. And then once he does, you're just going to move to the right side. Stay as far away from this guard. He won't see you. So just move away and then head on through, and you're going to get a nice little reunion with Mr. Tong. So just go through that conversation. Now, once once you finish this conversation, all the guards will no longer, all these soldiers will no longer be hostile, so you can freely move about this area. And that's important because we're actually going to go pick up an ebook. This is going to be ebook number 27, giving us 2 more after this. So pick up some painkillers right there, and there you go, ebook number 27, Understanding Vision Part 2. That's so that leaves us with 2 left. One of them is going to be in Singapore, and then actually both of them, our last 2 are going to be in Singapore. So after you pick up that ebook, head on over to the door right there. That's going to take us into the sewers, and it's going to take us into the shipping area, I guess. So just head on through this area right here, and head up the ladder. And once you're outside, what you're going to do, if you want to, you can go ahead and take the pocket secretary. But what you want to do is you're going to go into that little room shack right there, because there's going to be a security computer, and so you want to hack into that. And I don't know if you actually have to. I think I did just to be safe, just to be on the safe side. I think the path that I take, or the path that I'm going to show you, really don't need to if you don't want to. But anyway, go ahead and shut off that camera, disable the robots. That's the other thing. But don't open the doors. You don't need to shut off that circuit breaker, but don't open the doors, because if you do, the guards are going to rush out, making it harder for you to move around. So go ahead and stick to the right side. Move this container. Be careful, because if you drop it too hard, they will hear you. And then you're going to we're going to be sticking to the right side. There's going to be a nice little shortcut we're going to take, but it is going to involve us getting another augmentation upgrade. But it is one that is necessary, because we're going to use it again later when we get to Singapore. So just go ahead and hack this door. Make sure that the guard is walking away from you when you do that, so that it gives you enough time to obviously hack the door. It's not too bad, but it takes a while, because you kind of have to work around in a clockwise fashion. So just make sure you give yourself enough time for that. And once you do, you're going to go ahead and pass through the sewers. Now there is going to be a robot here, and if you see there, that's all the gaseous area. So I go ahead and spend 2 points. We still have 13. That's plenty to spare. So trust me, it's really honestly personal taste. I mean, I'm not like hogging the points because I need it at some point later on. It's just because you really don't. I mean, you can, like I said, if you're really clever about how you go about this, there's a lot of areas that you can just bypass real easily. So go ahead, pick up the package. Once you pick up the package, you're gonna head back down. Now be careful, the robot can spot you if it's on its path, and it's a little hard to tell what path it's taking, so just quick save before that area. Like you see right there, I just missed the robot's line of sight. So quick save before you jump down that ladder. Don't jump down, actually climb down, because then otherwise the robot's gonna be able to hear you. And now you're actually we're gonna head back the way we're gonna head out the way we came in. And the reason we want to do that is because this is a very quick and easy way for us to get to the interior of the warehouse. Now there is a security camera you can see right there. Now once it's pointing away from you, hopefully if you're lucky enough, you'll get the guard at the end of his patrol and the security camera pointing away from you. That'll be the perfect opportunity for you to kind of sneak your way behind right here. If not, just wait for that opportunity to arise. I'm sure it will. And then jump on over the crates and the boxes, and then head on through once that security camera starts turning again. Now you're going to stick to your right side right here, and you're going to make your way to the door. There's going to be a security camera there. I think I take a little bit too much time because I was waiting for a guard to pass by, which he is supposed to do, but for some reason he didn't do it. Either he was waiting for me to pass the invisible line, that invisible trap. There you go. He's right there. So anyway, wait for him to pass by, and then once he does, go ahead and move forward and hack the door. I believe this is level 1. Yep. Again, that indicates that this is, one of the easier ones to hack. I think anytime you see a level 1 security door, that means it's mandatory, or I'm not 100% sure, but at least that's what I think it means, because otherwise, why have it if you've been hacking like level 3 and level 4 security doors up until this point? So go ahead. If you want to, you can hack this computer. I hacked it originally, and then later I realized I didn't need to do that because I was already inside. I don't think I needed it. I don't think so, but just to be on the safe side, I kind of hacked it anyway. Plus, it gives me some experience points. So I went ahead and did that. Actually, no, I take that back. It is useful. It's gonna, yeah, it'll help you in the next section. So go ahead, hack it, disable the security cameras, and then you're gonna go ahead into this room right here. This is the last section of the warehouse, the Seaport. Pretty easy section actually, not too bad. This area took, I mean, not this area, this whole level took me quite a while to figure out because it is fairly large. But once you do figure it out, it's not too bad. It's actually quite easy. So go ahead and make your way up the stairs. Make sure no one's watching you. And then you're going to see a ladder on the far side. Go ahead and head up the ladder. Now, originally, when I first played this, I didn't notice the hidden vent on the far end, but that's kind of why I'm here to show you in case you do miss it. So to make sure that you don't miss it, because without it, it's pretty much you got to fight your way through like a security turret and 2 guards. It's a nightmare. So this is pretty much the only way you can do it if you want to take the stealth route. So go ahead, put the credit chips in, and place the bomb, and that'll be the end of this chapter. Next up, we are heading off to Singapore. I will see you guys